designed an incomparable spectacle. And what a spectacle it was! Jewels were the Nizam's ultimate passion. The Nizam's pearls alone could pave the sidewalks of Piccadilly Circus. Golconda, which was the world's diamond center and home of the Kohinoor, was the sole supplier of diamonds till the beginning of the 18th century. And by royal injunction, the best of the mined gems were to be offered to the Nizam for his treasury. Crafted in gold and silver and embellished with enameling, the jewels were set with Colombian emeralds, diamonds, Burmese rubies and pearls from Basra. These jewels were valued at not less than $350 million during that time. With the extraordinary 7th Nizam, Mir Osman Ali Khan, the state got an able administrator and a visionary. Hyderabad witnessed the peak of its cultural, economic and administrative development. It was his leadership that was instrumental in bringing law, tax and judicial reforms, introduction of electricity, railways, roadways, airways and irrigation projects that led to the rapid economic development of the state. He initiated the establishment of new and magnificent edifices throughout the state, including business centers. He patronized education and the sciences, and the development and building of hospitals and museums took place throughout the state during his reign. He started his own bank, the Hyderabad State Bank, as the state's central bank, which managed the Osmania Sikka, the currency of the Hyderabad state issued by him. He encouraged financial reform, maintained a private army, acquired a major railway network, and led his state with great precision. It was his able leadership that brought great financial stability to the state, and also made him the wealthiest man in the world, and featured him in the Time magazine. Nizam Osman Ali Khan nominated his grandson, Mukarram Jah, as the next titled Nizam of Hyderabad. Born in France to a Turkish mother, son of Azam Jah and Duru Shevar, the Princess of Berar and daughter of the last Caliph of the Ottoman Empire. The young prince did his schooling from Doon School and then went to England to finish his studies at Cambridge, followed by the London School of Economics and training at the Royal Military Academy at Sandhurst. It was during this time in England that Prince Jah met the elegant and aristocratic Turkish princess Esra for the first time. The princess was training to become an architect in London, after studying architecture in Florence for the last 2 years. Destiny brought them together, and Princess Esra of the aristocratic Turkish family got married to the prince of the Asaf Jahi dynasty, Nizam Mukarram Jah. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, the then Prime Minister, was a close family friend of the Nizam's and was instrumental in obtaining the 7th Nizam's approval of the marriage that took place in London. The prince and the princess visited India for the first time after his marriage in 1961. Princess Esra soon adopted Indian ways. Modern in her approach, she believed in high thinking on the status of women and, just like her mother-in-law, helped remove the habit of parda in Hyderabad. Princess Esra blended style with substance and is also known for her philanthropy. She projected an alluring mix of Oriental tradition and Western freedom. She was to later involve herself in the All India Women's Conference as a patron. The Princess Esra Hospital was established in the poorest part of the city, where treatment was free to the underprivileged, financed by the family's personal funds. The Chowmahalla Palace, which was built in 1750, was one of the finest royal residences in India and a central location for the White Mughals. It was reputed to be a more refined version of the Shah of Iran's palace in Tehran, and was often compared to the enchanted gardens of the Arabian Nights. Built over 200 years ago, Chowmahalla Palace is renowned for its unique style and elegance. A synthesis of many architectural styles and influences, it however faded with the lost Nizams into history. The beautiful gardens surrounding the large marble cistern, the fountains, which on moonlit nights could be compared to the gardens of the Arabian Nights, missed their masters. It was in 2001 when Princess Esra got back to her old love, architecture. She meticulously restored the palace complex, giving back a unique cultural heritage to a city that already had a great history. From underground storerooms, thousands of medieval scimitars, swords, helmets, maces, daggers, and suits of armor that lay rusted were dug out. She gave the 8,000-odd Victorian and Edwardian photographs and dynastic portraits new frames and brought to life several princely dresses, patkas, and Kanchipuram silks. Chowmahalla Palace, which was built in several phases by different Nizams, has been restored carefully and painstakingly by Princess Esra and her dedicated team of conservationists, historians, and restorers of architecture, documentation and photography, including Rahul Malhotra, textile guru Martan Singh and Mr. Kishan Rao. The revival of this beautiful monument was done in different phases over the last few years. And with it, Princess Esra has brought back to the city its former Oriental glory, history and heritage. It is indeed her love for this city, which she believes is the heritage of Hyderabad.
Well, with the background of our heritage, not to leave behind anything was my main sadness. You have to give back something when you have taken so much, isn't it? Right. And for generations, they have dedicated themselves to Hyderabad, but nothing was done lately. Everything was in a terrible state. And I felt we have to give back to Hyderabad and to the people something of its heritage.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that for you is the glorious history of this magnificent, majestic structure. And I'm sure you're very, very delighted to be a part of this amazing, incredible celebration. Now, as is the case with any celebration, we all want to make it memorable, not just for you, but for ourselves as well. So why not have a nice...
She spoke in Chinese, translated it into English, and for a full-fledged 5 minutes, we basically had a conversation up until we reached our food. And wonderful woman, right? Businesswoman, passionate about making money. And I think the whole experience just taught me how incredible it is that we all live in our homes, in our hometowns, and it's very easy to kind of feel overwhelmed or surrounded by what we see in our immediate vicinity. But the world is actually a lot bigger than that. And when we see things from that perspective, we're actually pretty small. And on that note, I would like to ask the wonderful team to please continue serenading us with your lovely music.
you.